In the 21st century, the demands of teaching have transformed to keep up with the advent of new technologies. In anticipation of the ever-changing landscape, responsive districts and schools are focusing on instructional technology in their professional learning opportunities. The teachers featured in this documentary will give their first-hand accounts on how technology is affecting education and their students.
My whole life, I was that kid that wanted to be a teacher. I would play with my dolls at home, and the way that I did homework was I would teach my dolls, like, whatever I learned that day. And I really want to have a say in who's going to be taking care of my kids and my future. So that's why I teach. So I'm a weird mix. I actually teach world history, which is predominantly 10th graders, and fundamentals of theater, which is the whole gamut, 9th through 12th. This is my 10th year of teaching, and I can't believe it.
I have 16 years of teaching experience. I have 6 years of experience in 2nd grade, and then I've been teaching technology for the last 10 years. I became a teacher because my mother was a teacher. I do a lot of keyboarding in here. I think that is prevalent, especially because technology is going to be throughout their whole career, education, and even further.
I teach 2 AP economics courses, micro and macroeconomics, and I also teach IB, History of the Americas, 20 years. The school system has done a good job of introducing the 21st century classroom, and the technology's been wonderful, but I think the largest issue is that if you look at my classroom, it's not really fit for the 21st century.
I think one of the key things that they did is the superintendent right now used to be in the IT program at the school, at the district level. So he's really integrated a lot of things that with Twitter and things like that that we wouldn't have normally done if he didn't have the vision, the technology vision that he has.
So as far as professional learning for the school, they have given us a wide variety of opportunities to start incorporating technology in our classroom, as far as Nearpod and Kahoot and other things, but as far as actual physical technology, we don't really have a lot of that yet, but it's supposed to be coming. As far as my classroom technology usage, I'm still not 100% like using technology in my classroom, just because of the lack of access to things like iPads and other kinds of technology. But my kids often do web quests. We play Kahoot for review games.
All of my lecture notes are used through PowerPoint. I have a lot of online quizzes. I use a lot of online video, and then the students also are allowed to use some of their own technology in the classroom. I like it because it makes life easier. And I think sometimes it's a hook for some of the students. But at the same time, I think a lot of kids are using it for other things rather than what I want them to use it for. And I think sometimes it can be a distraction. I enjoy teaching, I really do. I go back all the way back to when I called West Georgia, and I talked to the person who became my advisor. And the first thing he said when I spoke to him was, "Well, just because you got fired from your job, what makes you think you can teach?" And I said, "No, you misunderstand. I quit my job because I wanted to teach." And there have been some bumps along the way. I mean, every day is not perfect, but when I find that student that I can make a connection with, and then later on they come back and say, you know, your class really made a difference. That validates why I do what I do.
I think because we work in an environment that you don't know what's going to happen from day to day, I like that challenge. Especially in Tech Lab, I like to see the students get so excited to come and see me and what I'm doing, and just challenging myself to do a better job for them to be more engaged. You know, math is just not pen and paper anymore, and science is not just matching anymore. The websites that they have come up with and the apps that my students are using now bring the classroom to life for them, and I think it is entertaining. And you know, nowadays students need to be entertained and feel like they're having fun, but they're learning at the same time. I think they know that technology is where they're going and what their future is going to hold. And I hope that they are able to take what I have given them in this class and maybe push them even further.
When we did our midterm review, we used Kahoot, and I put in all 75 questions into Kahoot, and they actually did really, really well. It fostered good competition between them. As far as technology not benefiting them, with the high school level kids, they associate their phones just as a tool for social media instead of actually assisting and aiding their education.
Some students, because of that instant access to information, they're losing a basic fund of knowledge that they shouldn't have to look up, that they should know. And I'm finding as more and more technology becomes available to them, they're relying more on the technology rather than themselves. And I think technology should be a tool to drive instruction, but it shouldn't be the focal point to drive instruction.
I'm all for using it. It's just biting the bullet and actually incorporating it. And I think that that's what a lot of teachers are hesitant about, is biting the bullet and changing. Just those light bulb moments, I know every teacher says that, but I mean, it really is true, is knowing that I have an impact on students, and when they see me, they're happy to see me, and they want to come to my classroom, and they want to be there, and they want to learn, and that really is what drives me.
I know right now I am very focused on the computer science part of it, like them understanding what a computer is and how to be able to break a computer down and be able to tell a computer what to do. And those programs guide those children that don't consider themselves problem solvers or critical thinkers to challenge themselves, to figure out the solution and share with others what the solution is.
All of my son's homework now is on ScootPad. All of it, every last thing. The only thing that we're supposed to do is practice his spelling words with him. And 10 years ago when I first started teaching, I never would have imagined that. And I think that the elementary schools are trying to lead the way as far as technology incorporation. And then by the time they get to us in high school, they'll be really good and well established in it.